Oy. Cool. Let's continue. So that was Misaki? Yeah. So Misaki just visited us. And what the hell? Whatever. Next visitor comes around an hour after Misaki. She's dressed in her school uniform, just like she's an ordinary student going to an ordinary school, ready to face another long day of ordinary classes and ordinary teachers. Flub. The sight's so ordinary that it makes my throat sore. After these past 3 months, after remembering how she's dragged me through therapy, after all that she's been through, just looking at her makes me hopeful that one day life will return to normal. She kicks back in the chair by my bed, face shining with a typical grin. Morning, lazy head. Morning. What's with the uniform? I don't know. I kinda missed it after a while. Come again? It's not all that bad. I mean, being forced to wear it kinda sucks, but you don't have to wear it anymore. It feels weird. Like, hey, I'm still a second year. I have another 365 days before I become an old fogey. Haha. I flicker on her forehead with a mocking frown. Who you calling an old fogey? What do you think? Sure you want to stick with that statement? What's that supposed to mean? You know, being an old fogey is a pretty good life. I get killer discounts, I don't have to work, I get a free pass to say any offensive thing I want. On second thought, never mind. Too late. I now have old person privileges. Heaven help us all. It's a little weird teasing each other like this after what we've just been through. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Sorry, I'm fucking tired. I'm probably gonna do that a lot. You know, this would function as an amazing segue to a different topic of conversation. Oh no, don't do it. Speaking of old fogies, how your parents doing? I hate you. I know. She kicks my bed a little, but petulantly responds. They've been visiting over the past few months. They couldn't come in here, though, because I was isolated, because I was unstable. The hell's on my hand? But I could leave to talk with them at any time. They're really thankful. It'd be nice if you could come over for dinner sometime. They'd like to talk to you about something. Oh? Anytime. Sounds like we're both going back to Seto. Yeah, since school's closed, they want me to go back home. Probably tomorrow. They visited earlier. You didn't see them? No, I was probably sleeping. Maybe. Did something happen? Oh, well, you know. Dad said something important happened at work. Probably got caught up in it as usual. Oh, that makes sense. Really bites her lip and meets my gaze. I really think that you should contact your parents. The air grows a little chilly. My fingers dig into the blankets. No need, the hospital probably has. Okay. We sit in silence for another moment as Rui works to find words to say. Yama? But the door suddenly flies open and familiar faces pour into the room. Yaiko, Masato, Saki, Akira, Elizabeth, and Ari all raced to my bedside. That's everybody! We're gonna squeeze them out now. Up and at him, Coach. You have hereby been acquitted of all crimes. What? I think she means you're allowed to leave the hospital. And the doctor told you guys this, and not me? Come on, man. Only a pansy sits around and twiddles his thumbs when there's work to be done. Huh? In other words, you got tired of waiting. Well, technically, my good minion, Yama is officially released, all due to my considerable influence. Are we busting me out of the hospital so we can go solve this mystery? Uh-huh. I'm sure. Actually, the scary thing is he's probably telling the truth. I really need to ask him about, everything eventually. I'll get up already. Elizabeth suddenly seizes my arm and pulls me out of bed, shoving a handful of clothing in my face. Get dressed, we've got something to show you. The others smile excitedly, poised on the tips of their toes. Rui grins encouragingly. Lead the way. Oh man, it felt so good to finally get to leave the hospital and be fucking free. Not that it's like a prison, but just not being allowed to leave made it just might as well be, you know. After giving me a few minutes to change into a spare uniform, we check out the hospital and clamber into a limousine, supposedly paid for by Yaiko. Group's in a chatty mood as we wind down the streets to the familiar shopping complex by the academy. Laughter, jokes, and teasing chase away all the tension in the air. Hello. What limo makes that door... whatever. We stop in front of Cafe de la Paix, where Yaiko bounds up to the door and opens it with a flourish. Huh, deja vu. After you, my good minions. I'm floored as we step through the door. Colorful streamers and balloons are plastered around half the cafe, decorating letters proclaiming "Welcome back, heroes," hanging from the ceiling. Stark contrast from the slick and sophisticated furnishings, but that doesn't stop my gratitude. This for us? I certainly don't see anyone else. You guys. Rui covers her face with her hands. I just... thank you. Oh, it ain't nothing. Just a couple balloons and streamers. I like that expression of his. I think it's the only expression he makes that isn't like constricted pupils and yelling. I wanted to rent a dragon, but Elizabeth said it'd be a fire hazard. Not to mention the minor problem that dragons don't exist anymore. Anymore? Listen, man. You either have the wrong definition of dragons, or whatever. Hey, don't forget who's paying for all of this. Praise me! Praise me! Wow, I think you would actually say that out loud. Thank you for your generosity. Elizabeth says these words plainly and honestly. Could they actually be getting along? Why wouldn't they? You were the only person who had a problem with her. But of course, my lady. This is pocket change in comparison to the Akari family treasury. Elizabeth's good mood quickly falters, but Misaki's eyes light up in realization. Pocket change. Ikari wealth is insurmountable, lovely maiden. Truly, your generosity is unimaginable. How kind your spirit is to provide our lowly company with a bountiful feast of refreshments. Wait, refreshments? Oh, so you agree. The hospitality of an Ikari is beyond measure. I shall make certain that all of my followers learn of this. All of your followers? Oh, Miki, that's just evil. I believe that 8 orders of high tea will be sufficient for our party. High tea? I don't know what that is. Now, time to write that tweet. This is beginning to feel like extortion. Okay. 8 orders of high tea, coming right up. Poor soul. What is high tea? I watch with sympathy as he slides over to the counter, attempting to flirt with the server for a discount. Meanwhile, Akira and Elizabeth have dragged 3 tables together and arranged 8 chairs in an even ellipse. So, I'm a bit confused, like, is this just gonna be the ending? Is this how it's gonna end? Part of me feels like it's not over and, like, something terrible is gonna happen. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to expect at this point. Have a seat. We've something special planned. Even more than all this? Huh. You didn't think we dragged your asses all the way here just to drink some plant water, did you? Oh. Elizabeth seems fairly offended at the disparagement of her beloved tea, but remains silent as Masato flings something out of his backpack. Ta-da! A heavy, ragged binder lands squarely in the center of the table, stuffed to the brim with stacks of paper. A binder. Ooh, last time I saw one of those was during the Edo period. It ain't that old. We're all surprised when Ari suddenly snatches the binder, flipping through it like a madman. She smiles, the closest thing I've ever seen to a broad smile from her. It's an RP? Huh? Yeah? Can I be GM? I guess this is like D&D. Her eyes are almost shining. I've never seen her so happy before. Well, sure, I was gonna do it if no one wanted, but I want to. Huh, role-playing. Who'd have thought? I didn't know you liked board games, Masato. What? This ain't a board game. This is an artifact of story creation that weaves intricate tales of a hero's development. Me and the boys at home played all the time. Though Hibiki had to be healer, though, because he couldn't sustain a good pounding. I have an ominous feeling about this. How exactly did you play RPGs? Acted it out, of course. How else are you supposed to play them? Oh boy. Who needs dice anyway? This way, it's all down to skill. No, dice are imperative. This firm word from Ari shocks us into brief silence. Masa. Dice are pansy. Oh, hey, you're GM. So, are they the corresponding male and female redheads? And she's all by herself with her orange strawberry hair. That was frightening. For a moment, I swear that Ari was radiating a death aura. It might be best to get on her good side. So, what should we do first? We must create a character. Wait. I must develop a world lore. Ari narrows her eyes in concentration for a brief moment. Steampunk setting. You are in Eagle-Eye Metropolis, a bustling city where clockwork machinery see to your needs and humans find a way to reach the heavens. Your fortunes are blessed, placing you squarely in the middle class. The metropolis is enlightened and thriving. Of this, you are grateful. Please choose one of the following classes. The Knight, a powerful yet cumbersome fighting type. The Heister, a rogue of sly mind and wit, with nimble feet and fingers. The Alchemist, master of magical artifacts and elements, with a scientific twist. The Doctor, a knowledgeable cleric. Generally for girls. The Musketeer, a champion of firearms. The Engineer, an inquisitive innovator of the ingenious inventions. Man, this is the most she spoke. The Entertainer, vulnerable to battle, but charming and convincing. Wait, did she really come up with that in just 5 seconds? Wow, they all sound so fun, I don't know what to pick. Ain't it obvious? There's only one good class. We got time for Mercenary Masato, the unbeatable fighter. Watch, he's gonna pick something weird. Yep. The Doctor. Wait, what? Masato, you know the Doctor's the healing type, right? What, you think I'm an idiot? I always wanted to be a cleric. But they always made me the fighter. Oh, this is getting interesting. Very well. Masato, Doctor. She doesn't even seem fazed. Even after she said generally for girls. As for me, I'll be a heister. Sounds exciting. And I'll try my hand at Musketeer. That fits with your aim. She whips in my direction, ready for a snappy comeback, but then realizes I was complimenting her. Oh, thank you. Her aim was really impressive. I'll be an entertainer. Oh, so useless? You say that when we're in a foreign nation and the only thing keeping us from your chopping block are my liar skills. An entertainer could be really useful, not that I'll say it out loud. So, Dr. Masato, Heister Akira, Musketeer Elizabeth, Entertainer Rui, Yama, Misaki, and Yahiko remain. Yama, why don't you pick first? Sure. I overview the list of classes in my head. Logically, we should all pick different classes so that we're a balanced group. That leaves me with the Alchemist, the Engineer, or the Knight. Oh, am I actually gonna get to pick? Being a knight sounds like I'll just have to do a lot of fighting. Being an alchemist sounds really cliche. I guess I'll be an engineer. What do they do exactly? Engineer stuff, of course. Yes, Akira, so I gathered. In that case, I'll be a knight. What? Not an alchemist? Huh? Being an alchemist sounds so boring. Knights are much more heroic and daring. That's no surprise. Wait, you... Oh, she's the GM. Whoa, hold up. Yeah! Yaiko suddenly pops next to me, apparently done with ordering the budget-breaking 8 high teas. Masato, my man, I thought we agreed we don't need to use pen and paper. We did? Without responding, Yaiko reaches into his own backpack and displays some things around the table. Merry Christmas, everyone. It isn't Christmas. Yaiko's gifts are sight codes. Sight codes? Gleaming with the shininess of newly released products. Where could Yaiko have gotten these? Technically, they're just prototypes, but they should work amazingly well for our purposes. What? I guess it's like a tablet. Cool. So this is going to be like laser tag kinda, I guess. As we fit the futuristic spectacles over our eyes. Oh, that's what it was. It is the laser tag interface. Ari taps the table with impatience. Yaiko, you must pick a class. Class? Well, strategically speaking, you should pick the remaining class, which is the alchemist. Your command is my wish, milady. Wait. Yeah, I guess it can go that way. What's with the stairs? Am I supposed to come up with a name and backstory and all that? Well, if you insist. I am 0.0017 kilometers tall. So wait. What is that, 1.7 meters? Eyes as blue as an Egyptian oasis. I was crafted by angels and fell from the heavens. My clothing is skin tight, which helps pronounce my amazing figure. Which strikes you as speechless, good minions? My dashing good looks? It's not exactly how I would put it. Hey, I have a great idea. Why don't we get started, Ari? Thank you, Rui. That's not an idea at all, but very well. Our very literal GM proceeds to close her eyes, speaking in a soft, rolling tone reminiscent of the most skilled storytellers. You receive a letter promising power and prestige. If you will simply enter the Caravan Tower at 20:00. Is that how you say that? Is it 100 no matter what? And ask for Ion. What shall you do? Go, of course. Oughtn't waste a moment of time. I agree. Full steam ahead, people. Well, power and prestige is all fun and dandy, but there's money involved, huh? Oh, is she doing an accent? I think she's the was the trickster? Or whatever they called it? The thief class? Well, power and prestige is all fun and dandy, but there's money involved, huh? I'm a heister. Oh god, no. I'm a heister, see? All we just care for is them shinies, huh? It's barely understandable. I'm not putting up with this throughout the entire RP. Wait, Akira, if it's steampunk, we should all speak in British accents. If looks could kill, Elizabeth would currently be a murderer. Don't you dare, Yamashimoto. Tally-ho! We've done quite the bang-up job on our character creations, if I do say so myself. Why would steampunk need to be British? Akira and Rui apparently don't notice that I'm teasing. They only lighten up with excitement. That is a splendid idea. Why, I do believe you've landed upon something quite profound, Yamashimoto. Elizabeth buries her face in her hands, but the pair continue on, oblivious. Wait, can I... Yeah. She looks so, like... I don't know, torn between confusion and upset. Like... Well, really, under these circumstances, it would be prudent to meet this person together, would it not? Oh yes, indubitably, I quite agree. Ari cuts in with her solid monotone, earning Elizabeth some relief. Elizabeth, Misaki, Akira, and Rui are en route. And... well, it wouldn't be a party without the great Yahiko Ikari. Yeah, I'm gonna go too. Sure, why not? Very well. Sorry, I'm still looking at the HUD. We've got, health and mana, our class, all the different dies up in the corner. The plural of die is dice, Ben. It's dice. It's not dies. Ari closes her eyes, contemplating for a moment, then opens with renewed fervor. En route to the fated tavern, you suddenly encounter a rabid horde of cretinous dingbats. Word? What? It's something Shigure says often. Suddenly, I'm not surprised anymore. What did she call them? Something dingbats? Cretinous. Prepare for battle. Oh, word. Why is there a guitar icon? Oh. So, knight, cannoneer, engineer, or musketeer, I'm sorry. Engineer, medic. I guess the guitar is the, entertainer. The wand is the alchemist, and the key is the thief. Tokens spring up on our monitors, representing rows of hard-faced cretinous dingbats. Oh, I see. Each icon is us on the map. Okay, I've never played D&D before. Forgive me for being dumb. Hold up, student, and stand back. This is a job for President J. Graves. Gover Mecker, mobilize! You have no ability by that title. Then I unleash a fiery storm of death, for I am the alchemist. Ladies and gentlemen, power gaming at its finest. I see. Roll. Yahiko does so. Wah, wah. You dropped your spellbook on your toe. What? Sorry, man, but you gotta stick to being a model. Error 404. Model class does not exist. Nice. Maybe it'll work out if he models as an alchemist. No, I protest. These dice must be weighted. They're digital, Yahiko. They can't be weighted. Look, let's just have a melee in front. Let's just have melee in front, ranged in back, and Rui in the far back. Why? What is Rui? Didn't she? No, Misaki's the knight. Oh, she's the entertainer, right, so she can't fight. This matter should be fairly simple, considering it's the first battle in the game. Okay, what exactly do I do? You just gotta play for us, Rui. We'll keep you safe. Yeah, and Yama will protect you. Or Masudo, you know, whatever. Or Masudo, you know, whoever. A bard boosts team stats and morale. If you roll high, you may even provide others with an extra turn. Oh, so the entertainer's like a bard? That's alright. Wow, he sounds so useful. You do know that essentially you're just plucking around on wood and metal, right? Shut the hell up. Hey, it's actually the line. Right, let's start this battle before everything turns to rubbish. Alright, I fire at that dodgy tosser by the front. Dodgy. Tosser. Shut up, Yama. It's 2. I think your accent is really cool. Thank you. 17. She rolls on the monitor. For once, it's actually a high number. For once, it's a second roll. Direct hit, Musketeer. The cretinous dingbat crumples into the dust of ignorance from whence it came. Pretty sure that phrase also came from Shigeri. Then I'll attack the nearby enemies. Not bad. Another decent hit. Another cretinous dingbat has fallen by the blade of the knight. Ha! As if these dingbats could ever handle me. In that case, I slit the throat of the one in the back. Bam. And with a final high roll, cretinous dingbat falls beneath the crooked blade of the heister. Shouldn't I have said that? Only one cretinous dingbat remains. I got it with my scalpel. You're a cleric, Masudo. I don't think you should get anywhere near those enemies. You banging on my medical school? I'll show you. Scratch the cretinous dingbat. Scratch. Told you so. Well, it wasn't terrible, at least. Good. Poor Masato. Must be used to winning from acting out RPs instead of rolling for them. Yama, you should move. Huh. Oh yeah. Consider my options for a moment. You just fire at it with a pistol, but I guess that seems kind of bland. What's the cretinous dingbat made out of? Cogs, gears, and steam. Okay. Take the nearest pipe and stick it into the mechanism to jam it. Huh. That's an innovative idea. I don't like that choice of wording. You know, after their traumatic event with jamming pipes against people. But why do something so boring when you can make it explode into a ball of fire? Because I might drop my spellbook on my toes. Huh. What kind of dummy would do that? Gee, I wonder. Roll. I do so, and 20 of all times to be lucky. 20? Coach Lucky Luckerson. Could have fit a leprechaun in there. In one swift motion, you thread the pole through the cogs at a critical point. The mechanism locks in place, overheats, and explodes in a ball of fire. Nice. What? Congratulations, you've cleared the first battle. Your rewards are... Wait, hold up. No, I cannot let a mere peasant surpass the greatness of Govermecker. Let's just skip to the next battle. What? Yeah. Oh, and make it a big one. The final battle. 5 armies clashing upon a battlefield of darkness. Leading the forces of light is the great hero, President J. Graves. Backing away slowly now. Yeah, he goes classic antics. I didn't realize how much I appreciated them until now. Very well. You teleport to the final battle, surrounded by enemies on all sides. Wait, what? But we haven't even had the chance to level up. My shot to see it. It's my shot to see how the Shakin doctors are made of. I guess Shakin is like the F word, right? Because yeah, to fuck is like to fornicate, to have sex with. And shacking is also kind of, you know, you're shacking up with so-and-so. So, and this game likes to, you know, play off of real-world stuff, like all the games and what have you. The Starmon energy drinks and what have you. So... I'm sorry, his slang has been bothering me this whole time, and I need to figure it out. So this would be like, it's my shot to show you how the fucking doctors are made of. Kinda. I'm getting somewhere. We stare at him in silence, completely bewildered by the foreign words spewing out of his mouth. Where are the enemies? Well, all of us, save for one, of course. I don't understand. You do understand that you're a healer, right? You should focus on keeping us alive, not showing off. Misaki's response is quick and forceful, fully understanding what Masato just said. Miki, you know what he's saying? Of course I do. You don't? Oh wait, he was speaking street, wasn't he? Speaking street. Probably referring to the slang that reigns over the poorer districts of Isumo. Yeah, and we've alluded to this once already. I guess that Masato's random word vomit is actually street slang. Makes sense. Hey, Megumi. You speak street too? Misaki. And yes, I suppose I picked it up while I was in District 6. Everyone seems surprised by this revelation. Well, everyone except Rui and I. Because... oh, it sounds so cool. Can you be our translator? Sure. Aces. I can touch my street. Nurkuni's eat get fit. You can brush up on your street, but I doubt it would be any useful. I guess Aces is like awesome. Whatever, I'm gonna stop trying to figure it out. Misaki shrugs her shoulders. Sorta slipped into my diction, I guess. But that's not important right now. Let's continue the battle. Ah, yes, the very abrupt final, or battle of 5 armies. All because of Yaiko Ikari. Ah, one detail. Uh-oh, a pirate. Suddenly, a flood of monsters pop up on our sight codes, practically burning our eyes with light. The other 4 armies are allied and fighting you. All 4 armies? Oh gosh, yeah, guys, let's not do this. Can't we just go back to the tavern? Go through the RP like normal people? You question the will of the great Ikari? Fear not, good citizens. President J. Graves can fight this whole horde with one arm tied behind his back. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. And I'm a doctor. Yes. Yes, you are. I take it that we're fighting then. Yes. Okay, well, don't blame me if you all die terrible deaths. Lighten up, it's a game. We're bound to die anyway. Tap our sight codes to take our positions. Hopefully they're strategically sound. Healer probably shouldn't be on the corner, and whatever. From what I can tell, Ari is at least nice enough to keep the enemies the same level as us. Hopefully this is actually beatable. Akira suddenly moves her icon in front of ours, pacing it back and forth like a war general speaking to her unit. A day may come where the courage of men fails, where we forsake our friends and... No, Akira. Aw, Coach. What's the fun in having a final battle if you can't have the epic speech? And I'm Coach now? I'm demoted to Coach? Why do I suddenly get the feeling we've had this exchange before? Whatever, make it quick. Fine. I'll make it a little more interesting. Men, women, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for hippopotamuses. Wait, what? This day we fight. And with that, Ari, I'd like to pickpocket the nearest enemy. Bah. Akira's attempt is a failure, but at least she doesn't pay dearly for it. But Ari surprises us by breaking in right after Akira's turn is over. The clockwork goblin on the flank surges forward and attacks Rui. Rui, roll for dodge. Immediately, the token on our screens darts to the vulnerable backline, where Masato and Rui are wide open. Can't really call it a backline if we're surrounded. Akira, your move left our backline wide open. Uh-oh. Relax. At the very least, my dex is really high. She presses her finger to the frame on her sight code. Oh! Faithful die lands on our displays. A 1? Are you serious? So she's gone. Great galloping gophers. Even with your substantial modifier, Rui, you did not dodge. You must be really unlucky today. No, wait. There has to be some kind of mistake. Unfortunately, dear Rui, the mistake seems to be yours. No, man. Saw you slip. Do it up. Masato says that everything is your fault, Yaiko, and you need to fix it. Me? Why me? Yeah, then pressing for the puncher. You're the one who insisted on having this battle. Okay, I'll fix it. No, wait. I'm sure Yama will be more than happy to revive Rui using mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. What? Yama. Roll with strength, dexterity, constitution, and intelligence modifier. No, in real life. I have no physical dice. I mean that he should do CPR on Rui in real life. What? Oh, this is getting interesting. You guys can't be serious. I have no opinion on the matter. Wait, Rui's dead? Is she a zombie? No, she isn't. Hence why there's no need for CPR. Don't worry, Rui. I'll do it. Oh gosh, Masato. There's literally no reason to perform CPR. Whoa, dude, you sound intense. Oh, someone's getting jealous. I'm not getting jealous. That's just what a jealous person would say. Miki! The group breaks out in laughter at my expense. I feel betrayed. Hey guys, you lay off Yama. I'll take one for the team. You know what? I have a great idea. Why don't I just, stay dead? Suddenly, a die roll on our monitors breaks the flow of conversation. Who rolled that? Not I. Yika did. Nor I. It was me. Wait. Ari pauses for a moment, glancing at her GM references before pronouncing judgment. Say what? Rui did not die. She has, however, been mortally wounded and taken captive by the enemy forces. Where did everyone go? What? Huh. This doesn't seem to be better than death. Why is my luck so awful? Don't worry one bit, Rui. We'll save you. Masato, from a strategic standpoint, that's impossible. Can you see how many enemies fortify their base? Ain't no problem. We gotta save Rui. Is this Operative We or the Royal We? Remember who you're talking about, Yama. I had to look that up the other day to figure out what the hell it meant. So, the Operative We would be like all of us, and the Royal We is literally like people of royalty or high whatever would refer to themselves in kind of like the plural / third person, like, oh, we are outraged, which, he's only talking about themselves, but like some super important person that I guess it's supposed to be like they count for multiple people, because they're... Masato is probably the most literal human being I know. That's true, but... You saying you ain't gonna lift a finger? Tiny one. Oh. Tiny one. I charged through enemy lines like a man. He taps his side code to roll. Man, maybe these dice are fixed. You die. Masato's face crumples as if Christmas had been cancelled. Oh, maybe you should have said it a little softer. You die. This is a good example of why you must look before you leap. Honestly, what were you thinking? Charging in like a bull is quite possibly the worst strategic decision you could ever make. Yeah, and what are y'all doing? Nothing? Cut me up all you want. You ain't any better than our enemies standing around like a bunch of dummers. This is punctuated by a very long silence. Oh my. Dummers? Standing around. Yama! Let's save Rui! I concur. We must rescue Rui at once. Roger that. Operation Saving Private Rui is a go. Climb every mountain. Ford every stream. Follow every rainbow till you find your dream. that how it goes? Why are you guys so old? Well, Coach, give us the orders. Me? It's the least you can do. You've been utterly useless thus far. I trust your judgment, Yama. Well, I don't know what's possessed them, but for some reason I appreciate their faith. Is this whole game just a ruse to get me and Rui? Like, did they all... maybe the die are fixed. Maybe this whole thing is fixed. I don't know. Way around it. This will definitely take some sacrifices. Essentially, my best chance is to use the others to pull the forces away little by little, like an elite guerrilla task force. Now, when I think about it, it's not really fair to just sacrifice the others. I'll distract them. Anyone remaining, make a break for Rui. What? Are you sure, Yama? Or is this the ever-famous act of noble idiocy? The heated fire of this love is unquenchable, even in the face of death. Or simple stupidity. I doubt that this decision is strategically sound. Just get Rui, yeah? I guide my token to the flank of the giant forces. Ari. I throw as many explosives and weapons as possible into the army to draw their attention. Hey, this is a company with a decent roll. A horde of tokens swarm around me before I can blink. You are now surrounded by clockwork goblins. That's the cue. Fly, you fools! Akira, Elizabeth, and Misaki charged through the newly opened gap with fervor as I quickly succumbed to the giant group of goblins. No! Stay focused, the end is in sight. But just as she utters this, the guards by the prisoner of war camp seem to double in number. Some goblins were sleeping. Some? The puny resistance force is quickly stamped out by the new horde, leaving Rui hopelessly in the clutches of the goblins. Except we've got Yahiko still, who for some reason didn't run also. Game over. You are all dead. No, not all of us. Have you so easily forgotten that the general still stands? Governmecker, mobilize! My firestorm, Ari. Roll. You died. What? Again? Drop your spellbook on your other toe. I call foul. Something's wrong with the RNG, dude. There cannot be anything wrong with the RNG. It is simply an RNG. Random number generator. But... It's alright, dude. Getting late anyway. Almost time for my curfew. Huh, already? I checked the time. It's actually 5:40. I guess we must have left the hospital pretty late. I don't know, that seemed like it went on for a while. Although in the course of actual time, it probably was like 15 minutes. Besides, the RP was really fun. And I'm sure it would have been more fun if someone didn't insist on skipping to the final battle without a plan. I also really enjoyed it. My compliments to the GM. Wait, are we leaving? The high tea just got here. enough, two servers had bustled out from the back rooms, arms laden with trays of teapots and dainty sandwiches. Dainty sandwiches. Your stomach grumbles embarrassingly loud. Everything looks delicious. Well, if it's food. He promptly sits down and unashamedly digs in. That was easy. This is all due to Yaiko's generosity, everybody. Make sure to express your gratitude. Thanks, Yaiko. Your greatness knows no bounds, oh fantastical benevolence. She's got her peach. I appreciate your generosity, if little else. Thanks, man. Oh, well, you know, this is just pocket change to an Ikari. Note to self, never get on Misaki's bad side. She's totally got Yaiko wound around her little finger. I try a scone on the nearest tray. Crumbles deliciously into my mouth, perfectly cooked. I've never had a scone, nor would I be able to identify one. I think it's pastry. Wow, this stuff's really good. Thanks, Yaiko. But of course, after all, a proper world dictator must keep his minions well fed. At times like this, I wonder if a world run by Yaiko wouldn't actually be that bad. Generosity is popular with the ladies, after all. Take that back. I take all of it back. After scooping some treats on a plate, I return to my seat. Unlike the last time we were all together, no one's separated into groups. Everyone is sitting around the same table, chatting with smiles on their faces. So, I guess, is he referring to the school? Where we went around and, like, searched for clues about the stuff? Or the carnival thing? Amusement park. It's heartwarming. So, hypothetically speaking, what would you do if all politicians suddenly turned into chairs? Well, they'd at least be somewhat useful. The authorities do the best they can, you know. Are they at least comfy chairs? If they are, I'd vote for them. That peach still... How can people turn into chairs? And again, some topics of discussion are questionable. Hey, dude. Staring at the lovely angels, I see. What? Don't you fret, my good man. I know precisely what you're thinking. You want to woo one of them, don't you? You really don't. Well, you're in luck. Because for a limited time offer, wait, really? I glance at the others. They seem to be immersed in conversation, filling the cafe with a pleasant buzz. Maybe now's my chance to have a little chat with Yaiko. Say, Yaiko. I pause for a moment, trying to find the right words. I was wondering, you know, we never figured why Mr. Ryota, we never figured out Mr. Ryota's motive. Do you happen to know? As I fumble awkwardly with the message, Yaiko interrupts me. It's fine, dude, I get it. It's kinda hard to think about, you know? 5 people I know, all gone. His smile's painfully forced. Anyway, I don't understand all these killings. But when I was talking with my mom and dad about it, they got totally stressed. I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense. Police don't seem to have a clue either. I mean, apparently Mr. Ryota's an immigrant, but why? Why would he kill 4 kids for no reason? His voice becomes gratingly strident, halting all activity in the cafe. Everyone turns to Yaiko, open-mouthed, no doubt taken aback at the sudden gravity in his tone. And then in the blink of an eye, Yaiko's face suddenly flashes back into his trademark grin without a hint of shadow. "What bothers you so, my good minions? Have I captured your hearts?" A moment of silence follows. "Are we all going to talk now?" I can see the hesitation on everyone's faces. The hesitation of wanting to help Yaiko, but not knowing how. His toothy smile, his arrogant front. It's an impenetrable wall that's impossible to break down. Is it possible to help him when he doesn't really want it? Doesn't seem so. Eventually, the group awkwardly returns to conversation, and Yaiko's shoulders slump just slightly in relief. It's jarring to see his personality switch at the bat of an eye, but maybe that's his coping mechanism. Just like mine is standing from afar, mocking anything I can. Sorry, dude. Anyway, there's a lot of things about Mr. Ryota that still don't make sense. It gives me a bad feeling. Kinda like seeing a guy in a French maid costume, you know? No, I can't say I do. I'll look into that. Yaiko deserves that much. Thanks, dude. Hey, last sandwich. Any takers? Dibs. We turn back to the commotion of the rest of the group. The trays are almost picked clean. Well, that was fast. I guess the cafe's quality speaks for itself. I'll have it. Sandwich? Uh-oh. I like it. The food's quite delicious. I'm also still pretty hungry. Then there's only one way to solve this. Competition. On second thought, I don't want it anymore. Me neither. Meh. I didn't even say what the competition is yet. What is it? Well, you know, a real man's fair, so how about a riddle game? A what? Honor student and all. Masato, I'm pretty sure that Akari can beat you on that front. Or Ari. God damn it. Keep doing that. She's probably the most observant person. She's probably one of the most observant people I know. Yeah, but she doesn't get puns right away. If at all. So a riddle. Oh, I know some great riddles. Why don't we have Rui give the riddles? I doubt any of Akira's riddles will be understandable. I bet they're easy. Okay. Masato marches in front of Rui. Eyebrows focused into harsh lines on his head. Ari only stares blankly with a quirk of her head. The rest of us gather around him in slight interest. Let me see. There's a 10-foot chain nailed to a wall. The center dips down 5 feet. How far are the ends from each other? They're right next to each. They're as close to each other as they can be. They're on the same nail. center's down 5 feet. That means it's going up and down totals to 10 feet, which is the length of the chain. Wow, you're right, Masuda, that was quick. Why would a chain be nailed to a wall? You know, maybe there's some merit to Masuda choosing a riddle competition. Okay, next. Okay. A young woman is attending her mom's funeral when she meets a man who she falls in love with. But at the funeral, she can't find him. A couple days later, she kills her sister. Why? Alright. So, a young woman is at her mom's funeral. But she meets someone that she falls in love with at the funeral. But she can't find him after the funeral. She kills her sister a couple days later. Because your sister ran off with the guy? I don't fucking know. What? Why the hell would you do something like that against your own flesh and blood? This is a dumb riddle. Yeah, you know that it's purely hypothetical, right? Ain't no kind of answer for that disgusting riddle. Didn't the woman want to meet the man at her sister's funeral? Wait. What? A pregnant pause fills the room. Yeah. Peach. Really? Isn't that the psychopath test? Maybe she's heard it before. The hell? Wait, what? Alright, so she says that the answer is the woman. Oh, that's why she killed her sister, because she met the man at her mom's funeral and then disappeared, so she killed her sister so they could have another funeral to have the guy come? Is that right? That's horrible logic, if it is. It is dumb, I agree with you, Masuda. What kind of fucking idiot kills her family for some shallow love at first sight? Bad riddle. Next, Rui. Okay, Mr. Pushy. Oh, I know. 4 old men sat down to play. They played all night till the break of day. They played for cash and not for fun, with separate scores for everyone. When it came to square accounts, they all made the same amounts. Not one lost, and all gained. Now that you've heard, can you explain? So no one lost, and everyone profited. Everybody had their own score, so their own running tally. I don't know, I feel like I'm misinterpreting or not interpreting something. Riddle has our entire group racking their brains. Same amounts. Played for cash. Maybe by a highly improbable chance? Oh, I see. That's quite clever, Rui. What's the answer? Simply put, the men... No! Shut up till I solve it! Man, I don't know. Elizabeth snorts and rolls her eyes, but stays quiet. Masato begins to pace in agitation as Ari stares longingly at the sandwich. Oh, I know. They were playing Day Pay. What? The bank robbery game? Yes, they played for cash. They had separate scores, but they earned the same amounts. Sensible as that is, I highly doubt that this riddle has anything to do with video games. Sorry, that's technically not the that's not technically the answer. Day pay. What is there a game called Night Spend or something? I don't know. Oh. I'm pretty sure a dozen kittens just died at that moment. Why did a dozen kittens die? Because she was sad that she doesn't get her sandwich? Ah, got it, Rui. The men are all musicians. Different scores, same amounts. Playing from night to day. Oh. Yep. Masato 2 points, Ari 1. Ha, knew it. As Rui shuffles through riddles that she knows, the rest of us lean forward. Even though Masato and I are technically the only ones competing, the riddles are interesting enough for us to try. You're woken up at 4 a.m. by a knock on your door. It's from a friend who came for breakfast. You have bread, jam, bacon, and eggs. What do you open first? The door! This time there's not even a pause for deliberation. Everything at once, of course. Ain't no skimping on hospitality. No, sorry. It's not even physically possible to open 4 containers simultaneously. You ain't never been really hungry, have you? Okay, Ari, your answer? Don't you open the door first? Otherwise your friend will be outside. That's right. Haha! Damn, you should have seen that one. At least he has the dignity to acknowledge this loss. You know what this means? Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a tiebreaker. Yeah, we never, decided what we were gonna play best out of. Can I hear it for Team Marvelous Masa? Oh yeah! Cafe falls into a deadly hush. Time ticks on. Right. How about Team Tiny Girl with an infinite stomach? Woo! Go Ari! Think with brains and think with minds. Go and kick Masa's behind. Getting a sudden sense of deja vu. Well, Judge Rui, it's up to you to try to determine the fate of this matchup. That's a lot of pressure. Looks like this will be the riddle of a lifetime. Okay, let me think. ponders for a moment. Oh, the stillness of the cafe. She ponders for a moment in the stillness of the cafe. Then she clears her throat. I already know it. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. What is it? It's nothing. I just wanted to pause for a minute. I didn't, so that you... whatever. Masato opens his mouth, but Ari beats him to the punch. No. I wanted you to get the sandwich so badly, too. The rich need drugs. The poor have drugs. If you eat drugs, you die. I mean, I guess she is not wrong. Another silence. What exactly has Ari been through in life? Poor people have it. Rich people need it. And if you eat it, you'll die. It's drugs. Well, I mean, technically speaking, she's not wrong. Rui quickly whips to Masato with a pleading look. Masato, what's your entry? Masato stands quietly, and for a brief second it seems like a huge burden is on his shoulders. We wait in poised silence for his fateful reply. Finally he opens his eyes, enunciating every syllable with crispness. Well, it would have been each syllable if it was nothing, because it only has two. Damn it! The answer is nothing. Poor people have nothing, rich people need nothing, and if you eat nothing, you'll die. A stoic stillness falls upon the cafe. Something about his words seem unnaturally heavy. And then Akira breaks the tension with a loud, enthusiastic round of clapping. So they should split the sandwich. 'Cause, I mean, he got the right answer, but she, like, beat the riddle, kind of. I mean, I guess it's very, subjective whether or not rich people need drugs and poor people have drugs. Although there are rich people that need drugs and there are poor people that have drugs. Darn my socks. Looks like we got ourselves a winner. Yes, right. Rui quickly snatches the lonely sandwich and thrusts it from its plate and thrusts it towards Masato. I hereby bestow upon thee the final sandwich. Go, eat, have fun. Drugs isn't the right answer? Most people wouldn't think of drugs. Does that make it wrong? Here we go. Deep Questions by Ari Hiraga. Rui grins in a very panicked manner and promptly grabs my sleeve. Buy her a sandwich or something. Well, it's been fun, guys, but it's getting awfully late. I'm suddenly so tired. Must be my leg. Oh, that's I'll pull that card now that you have it to pull. And I gotta head back. Curfew. In that case, it would be efficient for us all to walk back together. No, no, no. Misaki, Elizabeth, Ari, Yaiko. Bathroom. Time for some girl talk. Oh, yes, of course. Wait, why am I included? Boy, oh boy, Masato, it's getting really late. You should run back as fast as possible. Right now. Nah, I'll just walk with... Oh! Masato, my man, let's go! And without warning, Yaiko once again grapples Masato's arm and drags him out the door. We all know what's going on. I'm not sure what caused this abrupt action, given the fact that he should love being alone with a group of girls. Dude, being your wingman. So is she, for some reason. Well, she's been being your wingman, both of you, trying to get you to... She's being a matchmaker. Suddenly just after their sudden exit, Akira leads the other girls into the women's bathroom without another word, leaving Rui and I alone. Wow. That was really subtle. Incredibly subtle. They should be national spies. Or international. We pause. A sudden idea seizes my mind. A bit random and spontaneous, but even so. Say, Rui, can you come with me? Where to? The cemetery. It's been hovering in the back of my mind for the past 3 months. You mean? Yeah. Are you sure? I mean, up until now, I thought you didn't. I mean, I wouldn't want to. You wouldn't be. I want you to come with me. Wait. What does it mean you wouldn't be? Are you sure? I mean, up until now, I thought you didn't. I mean, I wouldn't want... Whatever. Let's... Oh. I think I know. Okay, let's go. I was thinking along the lines of, like, some of the kids that had died, like some of the murder victims. We head to the subway and board it in silence, riding north along the side of the river. All it takes is disembarking the subway and crossing the bridge, and we arrive. The air is beautiful here, but cold. Maybe it's solely due to the fact of an endless stretch of memorial stones, but the light feels frigid against my skin. I pull my jacket tightly around me and navigate the cemetery. Although it's been a long time, years, my footsteps easily find their way. Yup. Rui lays a gentle arm on my hand on my arm, comforting but unobtrusive. On another day, I might stop and muse at how many stones, how many different stories lie just in this one spot. Each engraving, a different life, each monument, a different family history. But in this moment, I'm focused on just one thing. I pull to a stop in front of a marker by a boundary of trees, where a large stone looms from the ground, brisk letters carved into its surface. Ishimoto family grave. Mizu Ishimoto. February 1999, January 2008. So that's 2009. She was a month away from turning 9. The business card deposit next to the grave is stacked, long neglected over the years. Business card deposit. I absently shuffle through a few of them. Reporters, more reporters, teachers from our school, more reporters. This is the only make that she made. A story in breaking news, significant for just a fleeting moment. She could have grown up to be so much more, but instead she was just a kid who suffered a tragedy. 3 months ago, maybe I would have been furious at the world. No, 3 months ago, I was definitely furious at the world, but now... Hey, sis. Sorry I didn't bring any flowers or incense. Didn't even grab any water. Terrible brother, aren't I? Silent for a moment. Rui's fingers gently squeeze my shoulder. The wind picks up for a moment and sweeps warm air against our cheeks, almost like a single breath. If I close my eyes, I can almost see Mizu's smile. Soft, open with total understanding. She's still 9 years old in my head, hasn't aged a day. Somehow, I doubt that she cares about flowers and incense. So, did you get my lanterns? Probably should have visited you sooner, but written communication's the next best thing, isn't it? Silence again. I swallow past the lump in my throat. Been having some problems about that day, as you probably know. I've always wished that you'd lived and that I'd died. Always. Who knows? Maybe if you were still around, no one would have gotten hurt. Maybe you would have caught Ryuta before Shigiri and I could have blinked. Sounds like you. The 9-year-old girl in my head frowns imperiously, as if to say, Yams, you totally underestimate yourself. It's okay, sis. I think that I finally realized moping around doesn't change the past. Pretty sad, huh? You'd think that'd be obvious, considering I can't time travel or anything, but I think in some way, all I wanted to do, really, was remember you. Even if it meant being miserable all the time. Rui's face is coated with tears, but she doesn't say a word. I don't know why she's crying, but something about this sight is touching. So, I think I'm finally ready. I'll be moving on, sis. Sorry to leave you behind. Or is it actually that you've gone on ahead and you're waiting? I don't know. But I think you can trust me. Not necessarily because of me, but because this girl, the one standing next to me, she's my best friend. She has more responsibility than the both of us combined. She's really precious to me, so I'm sure you can trust her. I pause awkwardly, looking down at the stone. It feels so empty. No flowers, no food, nothing. I'll, see you later. I step away from the gravestone, but Rui suddenly darts forward. Mizu, I just wanted to say thank you, Mizu, for protecting Yama. He means a lot, so much to so many people. You're a hero, Mizu, so thank you. I just feel like you should know that you didn't make a bad choice. Yama will be, well, is really cool. So sleep well, okay? I hope we get to meet someday. She steps away from the stone. I stare at her flabbergasted. That was quite possibly the highest praise I'd ever received from someone. And she'd said it in front of Mizu. the highest praise you'd ever received is that you're really cool? What? It's true. Thanks. She shuffles awkwardly for a moment and shrugs. We stare at the ground, suddenly intent on studying our shoes. Finally, Rui slides to the nearest bench set up beneath a tree. She leans her head backward and stares into the sky. Why don't we rest for a little bit? I sit on the opposite side of the bench, staring straight ahead. We remain in silence as the breeze brushes past, our hands folded neatly, almost formally in our laps. At this moment, I'm keenly aware of the fact that something between us has drastically changed. It's not a change that I can verbalize, it's something abstract, snug, but coiled. Like someone's taking the air between us and stretching it over a warm hearth. Yama? I almost jump in surprise. Huh? She pauses for a moment. The tension expands. I keep my eyes on the long column of stones. I hear a slight shifting of fabric, like Rue's taking something out of her jacket, and then a hollow, light clunk. From my periphery, I see her pushing something towards me. Something that scratches gently against the bench. Rui withdraws her hand and turns her head away from me without a word. Hesitantly, I reach out and pick up the object. It's a small, long box wrapped in gold paper and topped with a crinkled silver bow. It's for you. I pause for a moment, my throat dry. So I gathered. Not like anyone else is around here. Rui remained silent, her face turned away. I gingerly raise the box and shake it against my ear. No sound. It's not like it'll explode or anything, idiot. She's not even looking and she can tell what I'm doing. It's pretty remarkable. How many fingers am I holding up? Oh, come on, just open it. I pull the ribbon loose and work my fingers into the paper, cleanly separating the creases. A black box slides out of the wrapping and lays in my hands. It's gonna be like a watch or something. It has no branding. Wait. A black box has no branding. But its weightless in my palm. But its weightiness in my palm exudes a sense of importance. What is this? If you'd open it, you'd know. I lift the lid of the box. A tiny part of me expecting to see a bomb. But no, it's not a bomb. It's a pen. In fact, it's a very expensive looking pen. It's marbled cobalt barrel and trimmings of silver on either end. I gently pick it up from its velour lining, examining it in the scarlet sunlight. It lies heavily in the creases of my fingers, almost as if pressing life directly into my skin. Everything about this pen just screams money. And somehow, I don't think Yaiko bought this one. I place the pen back in the case, clearing my throat. Suddenly, it's practically impossible to look at Rui. Thanks, I try to say. Thanks for the pen. Thanks for everything. The words stop short in my throat. I awkwardly cough. Why a pen, though? Wow. You opened it? She still wasn't looking. This is pretty shiny. Do you like it? Well, yeah, it's really nice. Stupid, stupid, stupid! It's a nice pen, but it's more than that. How long has it been since I made that one dumb offhand comment in the amusement park? Embrace the future, Yama. Wait. Sorry. Embrace the future, Yama. This is the ideal of technology. I'll stick with pen and paper, thanks. Ha! Are you an old man? You don't even use pen and paper. I would if I had a pen that worked. You can always, I don't know, buy one. Why would I do that? Has Rui been thinking about something so insignificant all this time? My fingers shake as I press the lid over the box. Mind racing too fast to track. Rui cares. I've known about it for a long time, but she remembered something random, something trivial, something that really didn't matter. No one even uses pens anymore. No one with common sense, that is. And yet, she prioritized it. She invested in it. For whose sake? Mine? I don't even know how to properly thank her. Or if I can even properly thank her. I turn to her, gripping the box tightly in my hands, grasping for words. Rui. Wait! Before you say anything, I have something I want to tell you. She's still facing away from me, stubbornly keeping her eyes on the stones. Sorry, I'm like processing a bunch of shit in my head, and I'm trying really hard to not just say it and just let it unfold. What my thoughts are and like what I'm anticipating. I only sit in numb silence. So I was thinking about, when we argued. And I guess I realized that I don't really give you enough credit. Not out loud, at least. So, I just wanted to say thank you. I guess I've been saying a lot recently, but, you can never hear too much encouragement, right? Yes, you can. It can go to your head. Wait, why is she thanking me? You saved her life? She already complimented me in front of Mizu, and now, and just so you know, well, everyone might tease us about it, but this is just a gift between friends. I'm just so grateful. It sounds so cheesy, but I'm thankful that you protected me. In the classroom with Mr. Ryuta, I felt so alone. I didn't think anyone would come for me. But there's always hope, isn't there? No matter what. Anyway, all that was to say that this is a gift with no strings attached. Just want you to use it well. Okay. And I know now that you'll always protect me anyway. She turns to me, the last remnants of the sun streaming through her hair in a river of fire. Every facet of her face lights up in a smile of pure, childlike joy, simple to the heart. Thank you, Yama. You're my best friend. And the moment became still. It's funny. To another person, maybe that sentence would be offensive. I'm your best friend. That's it? That's all I mean to you after so many years? But to me, it feels like the greatest gift I could ever imagine. After Mizu, I never thought I could be normal again. I never thought I could laugh, have fun, or tell stupid jokes to a close circle of friends. To be honest, I never thought I would have friends at all. Life was empty, gray. I practically lived in a distant corner of the school playground. I could never grow up as a normal kid. Not anymore. No one would want to be friends with dopey, boring Yamai Shimoda. At least, that's what I believed. The wind gently brushes into a current that threads through us, whispering through a fabric into a time that never ends. Our eyes are locked, but not in tension, not even in wariness. It's in peace. A baseline, earthy peace that feels unshakable, a sense of security that can't be replaced. I feel the corners of my lips slowly tug upwards, pulled unbidden by something light and warm, and my eyes close, and I'm laughing. Not like the sarcastic chuckle not like the sarcastic chuckles that have dominated the past few weeks. Not even like the sighs of relief earlier this morning, or the snorts of amusement throughout the day. Something I haven't felt in a long, long time. Quiet, pure, airy. Something that makes me feel like I can do anything. Is this happiness? Emotion swells inside and my grin broadens until it feels like it'll burst off my face. And then Rui's laughing. She's laughed often, but this time is also different. There's no gap between her breaths, and everything is fluid, almost as if it's pouring out of her. And we just sit there, returning back to childhood. Two dorks laughing like idiots in the middle of a cemetery. It's probably disgraceful. We probably look like we're insane. But I close my eyes and I feel the sun on my face and I realize that I don't care. Or rather, maybe I care about what actually matters. Rui's laughter finally quiets and she settles back, a light blush coloring her cheeks. If it's okay, can we get together tomorrow? I have something important to tell you. Tell me now. Tell me now, or don't tell me that you have something important to tell me. It is suspense, and don't do it. It should be an ominous phrase, but I only find myself grinning. You know you can just tell me now, right? Thank you. Well... She blushes a little deeper, digging her fingers into her skirt. Like she's self-conscious about her uniform. The weather's not feeling quite right. The stars are not perfectly aligned. The horoscopes... Okay, I get it. Tomorrow it is. Oh, we know what it is now. There's a brief pause. Rui lowers her gaze. Well, we should get going. Rui? Huh? You're my best friend, too. She colors deeply at this, but a hint of that light, airy smile returns to her face. I know. You told Mizu. But thank you. There's so much more I want to say. She's thanked me for so much, things that don't even matter, but I haven't thanked her for anything. Oops. It was because of her make-believe that I got past Mizu's death. It was because of her support that I'd gotten by these past few years. The romance conundrum? I don't know. It seems so far away. So insignificant. I just want to show her the gratitude that she deserves. But I can't seem to find the right words to say. It's as if anything that comes to my mind gets lodged in there. I guess we'd better head back. Didn't I just say that? Might have, yes. But where are you even staying? Isn't the school closed? Well, it's not like they could just kick us out with nowhere to go. So there's temporary housing for students in an apartment complex. You're going there? Actually, I'm gonna go home. Mom and Dad arranged everything already. All my stuff's there. They're going to drive me back. I'll wait with you. No, you need to go home. It's getting dark. It's not safe for you to be around. Why not? We killed what's-his-face. I mean, went to jail. And that makes it safer for you? I'll be fine. Don't forget to come by tomorrow, okay? I'll be there. You'd better. Bye. She runs over to the edge of the cemetery that lines up with the street. That eases my nerves. At the very least, she'll be in public. Alright, I'm gonna cut it, but I'm still gonna record. I still think we're like near the end, but you know, obviously we still have to talk to her tomorrow. And there's still the unanswered question of who the accomplice was. But I don't know. I didn't read the I didn't read into the page on Steam too much, but I think I might have read that this is like maybe part of a series. Like there may be, I don't know, like a Lucid9 or a sequel or something. So maybe that's gonna be the arc of this, but I don't even know that there is one. I would have to check. But for now, peace.